Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's NaturalNanz. Today I'll be talking to you about my weight loss journey and where I am today. So let's get into it. Since I was born, I've always been chubby in a way, big boned. I've never been slender, and it's unfortunate because it's something that I've been insecure about for a while, and a lot of that I know came from like adults around me saying, oh, I'm so big, or how old is she looks so old for her age, or I remember once when in grade 2, we weighed ourselves in class and I weighed 49 kilograms. I still remember today, I weighed 49 kilograms, but it's like I didn't see anything wrong with that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But seeing the other children weigh before me and seeing how much less they weigh is what got to me. And we went on a camp one time in high school, and it was like a leadership camp, and we had to do a trust fall. And so it's like you standing on a platform and you need to fall back into the crowd essentially. And I remember walking up and going up on the platform, and the facilitator was like, okay guys, brace yourselves, we have a big one. So it's just small things like that have like informed the way that I view my body and the way that I view myself. And I mean, a lot of my self-esteem used to come from my body and from how I looked. And so I think when I really started actually actively trying to change my weight was when I was 16 in grade 10, and I joined a weight loss group called Wayless. Called Wayless. And I mean, it was pretty good because they did teach you how to eat properly, and it's like the portions that they had, you had a set meal plan, and the meals were good, and it was well balanced: carbs, fats, proteins. The program worked. I think it's just my mindset still was not where it needed to be to lose weight in a healthy way, because I remember the day before we have to weigh in, I would down water that whole day, because I know then the next day I would have flushed it out by then, and then I would have shown to have lost weight for that week. High school was a difficult time to not be confident in yourself, especially because you don't know the bigger picture. Like, you can't see the bigger picture, and you can't see how, like, as you grow up, certain things are not going to matter anymore. So grade 12 was when it got a lot more extreme, and I've never been diagnosed with an eating disorder, but I did have disordered eating and also over exercising. So I've played sports my whole life. I've danced, I played netball, I ran, I swam. So in high school I was focusing mostly on netball, and we used to have netball practice after school every day, and then I'd still go to the gym and run 10Ks. Also, I'd wake up in the morning and do like 100 crunches, sit-ups, pull-ups, push-ups, squats in heels. I used to do squats in heels because I thought, okay, it's also working your calves, so it's like compounded exercises. I mean, these things work, but it's like the mindset behind it was not healthy. Yeah, so I used to exercise in the morning, those bodyweight exercises. Then I used to go to school, do sports after school, and then I still go to the gym afterwards, run 10Ks, and do a bit of weight training. So already that's over exercising. It was a lot, and I remember I I lost my period. I lost my period for a while because I was over exercising and under eating. And like, you find those diets where it's like a 13-day diet. On day 1 you only eat fruits, day 2 you only eat vegetables, day 3 fruits and vegetables, like those kind of things. Or like the coffee diet, or there's another diet that heart disease patients use before they go in for surgery. And I mean, i'm not I was never that kind of a patient, so it's like it's very extreme because they're trying to get you to lose weight quickly, but it's like dangerous. It's not good for you. It's not good for your body. I suffered the consequences of doing those yo-yo diets. When I went to university, I was no longer doing sports. The gym I used to go to was not sure. Like, I went to a university in Cape Town, but I live in Johannesburg, so my memberships were there. At the time, I didn't know that you could transfer memberships, but for the first probably 2 years of being in university, I didn't have a gym membership, and I did some sports, but school, just getting adjusted to school was too much. It was like taking my focus. I gained weight. Like, I was gaining weight steadily, but at the same time, you get, that the freshman, I don't know, freshman 15 or whatever. So it's like there's that, and then there's also, I'm coming from starvation mode. And looking back, and it's so, I don't know if you guys look at this, because I assume if you're watching this video, you've been on a weight loss journey or you want to start one. And it's so funny to look back at the times when you thought, oh my word, I hate my body, and you look back at it now and you're like, wow, girl, like you look good, like you look fire. And it's such a waste because I didn't enjoy that body when I still had it. And I really mistreated my body, and it took a while for me to recover from that, and for my body to recover from that. And so it's like, please guys, love yourself where you are. Like, rule number 1, love yourself where you are, because you won't be able to change anything if you don't love yourself where you are. Loving yourself where you are doesn't mean, oh, okay, then that means I'm happy where I am and I'm not gonna get healthier or get fitter. No, it means the way in which I'm gonna go about it is gonna be in a loving way and in a healthy way for my body, so that it's sustainable for my body. I wish I knew that then, but I guess at least I know it now. I was steadily gaining weight in university, but then I did get to a point where I was able to stop it and control it a bit because I started gymming again. But then I went on birth control. The progesterone injections, do not do it. Don't do it unless you actually do want to gain weight. Then maybe that's an avenue. Again, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice on any of this. But that injection makes you gain weight like no other. You cannot pay me enough money to be injected with that stuff again. You can't. So because of that, now I was gaining weight, and regardless of whether I was gymming or eating well, I was gaining weight. And so by the time that I graduated, I was 106 kilograms, and that was my highest weight at the time. And so I started working, and I moved back to Johannesburg to start working, and just going to work, being back home, it allowed me to get back into my gym routine. I started gymming 3 times a week, and just cooking more food, eating less Uber Eats and all of that stuff. And so I was steadily losing weight, and by the midpoint of that year, which was like 2017, I had gotten down to, I think, 90, in the 90s. probably like 98 or 96. One thing that really has helped me now is I used to really focus on cardio, and I'd make sure I get in my hour of cardio, which was like the 10K run that I did. And I used to get in that hour of cardio and then do a little bit of weights. But now I've switched that around and my focus is more weights than cardio. And that really helps me because what I've noticed, especially with my body, cardio, if I can't keep up with the cardio, then the benefits will get lost. So if I'm not gymming regularly 4 days a week or 5 days a week, then I slip backwards in fitness very quickly. But if I'm focusing on weight training, like the weight training does really well for me because I don't lose my strength as quickly as I would lose my fitness in running. So, and gaining muscle helps to burn calories and it helps with your metabolism. So for me, making that switch from focusing on cardio to focusing on weight training was monumental for me. And I still do cardio and I love cardio, but my max is 30 minutes. And then I can do an hour to an hour and a half of weight training plus my 30 minutes of cardio. So maybe that's something for you to consider, like focusing on weight training, because it really helps. And that muscle memory is important, especially for times like this where, I mean, gyms are closed right now, so I can't go to the gym, but I'm not losing muscle tone as fast as I know I'm losing my cardio fitness, so it's like I'm not going back to square one when things finally do open up. I got down to like 96 and now this is in my second year of working in 2018, and then in that year I got pregnant. So, and like I think pregnancy is a tough one for people. Let me speak for myself. Pregnancy is a tough one as a person who struggles with weight gain and a person who struggles with their body image, because you're gaining weight, but it's for a great cause. It's for the best cause. And I think pregnancy helped me because it helped me prioritize and get perspective on my body, what it's used for, what it's good for. And I mean, during the pregnancy, I was craving good things. Like I was craving salads, like cold lettuce leaves and tomatoes, everything. So it was good. I mean, I still also had junk food and sweets if I wanted, but I was good to my body, and it was the stuff that my body was craving. I was still gaining weight 100%, but it was then when I was able to just sever that negative relationship with my body and just be in the moment of being pregnant and watching my baby grow and seeing the developments happen every month. So that was great for my mental. It was really good for my mental relationship with weight gain and weight loss, because it put things into perspective for me. So 2019, I gave birth in February. I had a C-section, went very well. For a few of those months, I was losing weight. I mean, I was happy for it, definitely, because I wanted to get back to my normal body and resume doing that fitness routine. But then I realized that I was losing weight at the expense of my son, because I was breastfeeding. But if I did up my intake in food, then I could pump more milk and I could freeze more milk, because I was going back to work. So I needed to make sure he had milk, and also He's allergic to cow's milk, like low-key lactose intolerant, so he needed my milk. Like, there was no other option. He didn't want soy milk at the time, so I had to make sure I had milk for him. So I started eating more, and it did its job. I was getting more milk. I was stocking up where I needed to, but then at the same time, that meant the weight loss I was experiencing got reversed, and then I started gaining more. But it's like I knew what this was for. I'm focusing on breastfeeding my son for a year, and once we hit that point, we'll see where we go. But this is my focus right now, and this is my priority. And so it just I ate, and I would exercise every now and then, but I was focusing on feeding my child, because unfortunately the situation we were in, I was his only source of food until he started eating solids. So I gained weight, and then I reached my highest weight at the beginning of this year, which was 121 kilograms. And this is heavier than I was when I was pregnant with him. I think the heaviest I got to when I was pregnant with him was like 117 kilograms. And so now I was 121. But then now it's like the breastfeeding is tapering off, and I'm getting back to wanting to be me and trying to get back to the person I was before I had a baby. And I know I can't be the person I was before I had a baby, but just now I'm like focusing on me and my health rather than my child and his health. I decided to start losing weight on the 1st of February 2020, and I decided to do keto. It's done well for me. Like, I can't lie. I feel like it's what my body prefers, to be quite honest, because on all the other yo-yo diets that I used to do, it was low carb and moderate protein, but then at the same time it was also low fat. So it's like, where are you getting your energy from? But now with keto, it's high fat, moderate protein, low carb, and it just works for my body. It just feels like my body is doing what it needs to do, and it's working in a rhythm that it's happy to be in. It also didn't hurt that we had a pool in the company that I work in, and we had a weight loss challenge going, and so every week we would weigh in, and I'm a very competitive person. So that fueled me even more. But I also had to just check myself not to get into that over exercising side of things, and starvation, but yeah, like, it's been working for me. And from 1st of Feb to beginning of April, I lost about 16 kilograms, and then lockdown happened and gyms closed. So now I made the decision, because with everything that's going on, it's difficult to still be like, oh, business as usual, let's lose that weight, let's lose it at the same pace we've been losing it. No. So I just took this time now to let my body rest. I've been eating carbs, but my body is stable. It's like it's reached stability, and I'm still at 105 now. So now that it's been about 2 months, I've just gotten my head around this, and I'm finding my rhythm. I want to get back on my weight loss journey, because I do want to get into the double digits. That's a very big thing for me, just because I know my body is more comfortable there. And and there's so many things like, you know, like I'm a very athletic person. I don't look it, which, I mean, who cares what you look like? You don't need to be slender to be fit. But I'm also not naive to the fact that I can't practice taekwondo as well as I would like to at the weight that I'm at. Running is not as easy for me anymore at the weight that I'm at. Dancing, I love dancing, but it's like I don't have that confidence to dance to the same level that I used to at the weight that I'm at. So I do want to just get fitter and gain that confidence back in the ability of my body and the strength of my body and the flexibility of my body. So that's where I'm at now, and I thought it would be good for me to just document this and show you guys what I'm doing and how I'm going to go about it this time. And I do want to go back on keto. I do want to go back on keto, and I've started transitioning back there. I miss that feeling of that after gym feeling of, wow, like you really accomplished something. You know, adrenaline is like pumping through your veins. So that's what I really want to chase after now. Comment down below if you are on a weight loss journey, or if you want to start a weight loss journey, or if you've decided to put your weight loss journey on hold considering the times, which it's so important just to get your mind right. I mean, there's so much going on, and especially if you're like me where comfort eating is a thing, just maintaining your weight is a huge accomplishment. So let me know down below, what are you guys doing? If it's not weight related, fitness wise, have you put your goals on hold? Are you on track? Is it better than ever? I really want to know. Thank you for watching this video. I will be posting, I'm thinking of posting weekly vlogs on just the weight loss aspect of what I'm doing, what I'm eating, just to keep you guys updated, maybe once a month or every 2 weeks, just to also to hold myself accountable, because I work well when I'm accountable to people. If you do want to see more content like this, please subscribe, please like this video and share it with anyone who you think would want to know or would want to see it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.